I like that. That's pretty cool. Now I gotta click the live monitor so I can get that. What's up, Dan? What's up, user? Hope you guys are doing well. Let me click start on the stream. Let's get this thing going. Good luck over here. So we're gonna work on some wire. You can see me on the little screen. See what I'm doing on the big screen. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. You caught me early, Dan, so I got to get prepped. Let me put some parts together. So we need this. We're going to do some LC connectors. LC right there. It's kind of noisy. All right. Let's grab some O-rings. I need to get those out of here. So far, we've only damaged one O-ring on prep work. So we'll see how it goes going forward. Hey, what's up, Junior? Waving a hand, man. Appreciate you liking the stream. I don't know if my audio is set right. I don't know what my sound is. I'm not hearing it. Why am I not hearing what you... It usually has like a little sound. Not that I'm encouraging the sound to show up, but whatever. Thanks. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Adam? What's up, man? Hello, Ken. Hello, F1. Hope you guys are doing well. So, like I said, we're on to, as the title states, we are on to part 3 of our 7/8 saga. I don't know if I'll make new parts for different harnesses or not. Technically, I'm on a different harness right now, but whatever. That's part of it. So, we need to make a mark right here. Something like this will do. It's going to be a little worse. No, I assume it's going to stretch. It'll be fine. Something like that. Be all right. Let's see how it looks. If we were sitting in the groove, right, y'all. Yeah, that's going to stretch it up. So we're going to have a little bit more upward motion. That'll be fine. See if this line works. What's up, Eric? What's up, Max? What's up, everybody hopping in here on the live, in and out? Copy is sounding good on YouTube. Yeah, I've got, if you guys see on the little camera, this is one mic, so I can talk in one ear, and I can talk in the other ear. I don't know if it specifically separates the ears like it does on the other program I was on, but, I mean, that's an option. What's up, Brian? What's up? I can't read that. KF8 BTH. Hello, hello. Waving a hand. We're working on some 7/8. So I'm doing a oddball connector right here. Some, not really unobtainium, but it's getting there. There's very few of these connectors still made. The LC connector is mainly used for like your RG series cable. So to have it for your Helix cable is definitely a little bit different for some. I've got, this is your LC female. This over here is going to be, what's up, Brian? Waving a hand, man. This is your LC male. So see how it screws in just like that. So I don't know who is messaging me, but I will make sure. Okay, we're good. Let's get to cutting. We're counting down the days to Joliet. We are going down to, what, 14 days? And we will be on a plane headed to see anybody who can make it up. I'll be giving out some shirts. This is, you can't really see it right here. I guess I'll turn the camera see, you can't see it right there either. Whatever. It's D-Win's RF Supply shirts. But I will have a few shirts and a few hats. It'll probably be nicer than this hat. This is probably one of my oldest hats. But I have a few shirts and a few hats. If you say the slogan, which is on the back of the shirt, then you will get, the first couple at least, will get a shirt or a hat. I'm only going to have a limited amount available. So if you show up and you say it late, I apologize. I will give you a handshake, but I don't have unlimited amounts of merch. But I think it's a pretty cool thing to give back for these events, if you guys make it to them. Good camera angle. I think it's fine. I will zoom you guys in. I think give y'all the option again. Had to repair a few. So what we got? What's up? Yeah, we used that size for UHF, VHF. Copy that. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got some 1 5/8 inch right here, and then we can step it down to something like this right here. If I can find one that's not a mile long. Step it down to like 1/2 inch flex or something like that. And then I can go somewhere in between. This is your, what is this? Your LMR 400 or so. That's what that looks like. And then I got some 1/2 inch somewhere, but I'm not digging for it right now. Oh yeah, the boogers are kink quick. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you, Cletus. There ain't no big rush. Like I said, we're talking. Cletus actually did this over here. See this bird holder? It lights up blue, but I stole the. I think I stole the battery housing off of it. No, I didn't. It shouldn't still light up. Let me show you guys some fanciness. Oh wait, kill this light overhead. Watch it kill something that I needed. I hope not. Ta-da! You did a good job, I think. Not very good with all this. I think I got like 8,000 lumens or some crap above my head, so you can't really see it in that light, but it's pretty cool. Made me a bird holder. Now I've got an overloading amount of slugs, so I've got to get another one of these, or like maybe put it on to the side, or I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, back down here so you guys can see what we're working on. Hey, I appreciate it, Ennis. Yeah, absolutely appreciate you. LC is the same as 7/16. No, it is not. So here is an LC connector. Take a look right here. This is what LC looks like. And then we will go ahead and grab one, because this is a good infographic for you guys to understand and figure out what's going on. This is this is a 7/16 DIN connector for the same wire. A lot of guys, especially the fellow who was just talking about some broadcast, some VHF stuff, would probably be familiar with this or an N connector. This is a 7/16 DIN. This is an LC. Of course, the center pin fell out. And then, of course, we got our EIA flanges. When you go up to EIA flanges, I don't know where all of them are, but I got one right here. So here is 1 5/8 EIA flange. Let me grab this bullet and throw it in here so you guys can get a picture. That's what an 1 5/8 EIA flange looks like. I'm trying not to lose all my parts that's stuffed in this hole. But that's what an 1 5/8 looks like. I've got some 7/8 EIA somewhere. Right here. This is your 7/8 EIA. They'll go on the end of these too. You'll be seeing some more of those here pretty soon. Alright, yeah, it's kind of like a mirror. You can see what's going on over here. If I turn the camera in a little higher spot, you can see me. What's up? Hang on, what's up, camera? Alright, back to working. Alright, let's go here. It's just pretty cool to have that kind of reflective effect. So let me pull this down. I can kind of see what's going on in all these channels here. Maybe down there. Alright, there we go, cool. Now I can see. Hey, what's up, Aiden? How you doing, man? I hope you guys are doing well over there on the TikTok land and YouTube land and Facebook land. I think we got X going too, but you got, if anybody's got X, feel free to go check me out over there. I think nobody is on X so far. I just set up a live for it. I think it's a cool thing to do because it's just another platform for people to be able to check out. Yeah. Just got a delivery, Adam. I'll be working on that after I finish this up. I got to finish this one today, and then hopefully, I don't know. We'll see how long of a night we can make it, but it'll probably be sometime beginning of next week. We'll be working on some 2 more harnesses of 7/8, and we'll be doing some 7/8 EIAs on those. So that'll be pretty cool to see. Yeah, but it'll most likely spill over into next week, but just simply because there's not enough hours in the day. They don't exist. I wish there were more, but there's not. So yeah, it's a little bit bigger one right there, Nicholas, for sure. It's I'll give you a picture. I actually here's some RG400 right here. That's what size of RG400 looks like. It's a little bit smaller than RG8X. And then here is some LMR 400 right here. That's what that looks like. Then here is some, I might have to cut one of these daggone things. I know it. Some 1/2-inch flex right there. It's 1/2-inch flex. And that's all of them I'm going to show you for now. But there's other wires. I got like RG58 and all kinds of other small wires to show you that could give you a picture. It is just for RF. It doesn't depends on what somebody wants to use it for. I just sell the stuff. I'm an RF supply company, so it doesn't matter if somebody's using it for VHF or UHF, whether they're using it for a long base station application with low attenuation, whether they're going to use it for broadcast, telecom. It doesn't make a difference to me. I sell it to everybody. So I am like I said, an RF supply company. A fellow in the comments earlier just said he used it for his VHF, UHF stuff in the Army. So it's used all over the place. Copy, you run LMR 400. Just depends on if you don't run a lot of power, there's not a crazy amount of need, or if you don't run high in frequency, there's not a ton of need, or if you don't have a really long run. If you have any of those combination of things, though, it starts to become more viable in every situation. It becomes more viable with power. When you're running close to power limits on a wire, you want to go ahead and go the next size up, just so you don't have to worry about premature failure due to dielectric breakdown. If it's high frequency, then you get higher loss per given length. So you want to try to keep that loss down, or that attenuation down. Or if it is a super long run, you get more attenuation in the longer lengths. So that would be your considerations. So if you did a calculation and figured out what your dB loss is, you can actually do a dB loss calculator. You can calculate, so if you have 1 dB of loss, then you can calculate how much power that actually is being lost in just the cable itself. You use the data sheets on the cable and learn the attenuation that the cable is, or you ask someone like me, and I take the time to explain it to you. 1/2-inch Andrew will handle 8,000 average, 24/7, 365 days a year in the HF spectrum. As long as you don't go above 30 megahertz, then that is the rating for 1/2-inch hardline. 1/2-inch flex will do about 7,000. So now, when you exceed the frequency, of course, the power handling goes down. So do not use that same metric for a higher frequency above 30 megahertz. So yes, it will do pretty close to it. It depends on if you're talking about peak or average. And a mobile, and it's on CB. So I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. The length is too short. You don't need to worry about it. It's fine. What's up, 615? Copy the new camera angle. I can say hello to you right here or say what's up to you right there on the small camera. I like the idea of you guys seeing what's going on, so that's why I've got the double cameras going on right now. I think it's a little bit more personable. That's the goal for it. On a scanner, can you go throw food? Can I go throw the food with you, one of your small cables, and hook it to the RJ Coax and not lose any on a scanner? Loss is relatively negligible when you're talking about a scanner. A lot of guys will end up using a some RG6 cable or some RG11 cable or something like that for a receiver. If you're they built like a curtain array or a what did he build way out in the daggum woods? I can't remember what the heck that daggum thing's called. But no, it's not as critical with the receivers. So scanner, you just throw something up and it'll work most of the time. If you want to get more particular, you can definitely focus on resonance a bit and then see how good the receiver goes. But scanner is for a wide frequency set, so you can't really get super picky because it has to be good for lots of frequencies. And resonance is only good for one frequency. So your better situation on a scanner is a low gain antenna that's got good bandwidth. So it'll hold a good SWR across a larger frequency set to allow your scanner to do the things you would like to do, which is scan. All right, more questions, you guys let me know. I will answer them and we'll talk about them and we'll go from there. So let's get my gloves. It's time for gloves because this will cut you quick. I sliced my hand a few times. Actually, it was on 7/8. I don't usually do it on inch and 5/8. Inch and 5/8 is kind of risky. Best budget coax for the mobile. Probably, you're right at the limit with RG400. I'd say something like maybe some 213. You can get it for a pretty budget price. I've got some LMR 400, what do you call it? Type cable. It's not specifically LMR 400. It was used in telecom. I think it was TWC 400 or TW something 400. And I sell it for like 70 cents a foot. And if you wanted to grab some of that, you could. It's on the website and you can buy it off of there. As soon as I'm out, though, then I'm sure something else will be pretty cheap and reasonable, like 213 or something. That's where I would kind of point you in the direction of. But for now, for the price that is, it's not a bad buy at 70 cents a foot. All right. I don't know if this is going to be useful or not, but this is the gloves. 213 will do it for sure. How does half inch compare to LMR 6? I'm a much bigger fan of half inch, Andrew, over LMR 600. I am not a big fan of LMR 600. I'm not really a big fan of that LMR 400 stuff, or type stuff, any LMR 400 variants, because they use a tin coated jacket, and then they use an aluminum braid, an aluminum shield, and it's just something about the design. It just doesn't work so well with their setup. I've replaced a setup that had some RF issues away from LMR to a 213 style cable and fixed the problem. I replaced another cable that went from an LMR style cable to an Andrew style cable and fixed the problem. So very annoying, to be honest, to have issues like that, but also at the same time, it's just the name of the game in the RF world. You gotta take stuff with a grain of salt. But you will not find me singing the praises of LMR too much for most applications. There's some types of LMR that's fine, but most of your LMR Ultraflex, LMR Direct Barrier, LMR regular series, I'm not a big fan of. So I would not be suggesting that to too many people based off of the results that I've had in the past. All right. I'll be careful. All right, so from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around this connection. Let's zoom in. I think Adam wanted me to zoom in last time, and it was at the very end of the live, and he got voted out. So I'm gonna not take a vote and zoom in for you guys for a little while, just to be nice to him. Where, oh where? I've got a pair of pliers over here hiding from me. I need to back up the camera and play a D-Win scavenger hunt. All right, at some point in time I'll clean up, but I just got too much work to do right now, guys. So I'm leaving all my tools like way out on the bench, loaded up right here. It's literally just all the tools that I normally use. They're normally in a bin below me and out in my toolbox. But as of right now, they are currently just sitting out and ready to be used. So my organizational skills are down. My shop cleaning and tidiness is down right now. My shop is currently literally full, and I've got to go grab more stuff this weekend to fill it up even more. Thank God I got a concrete pad in the back, and we'll be filling it up back there. But oh Lord, you wouldn't think that. I mean, my shop's not super small. It's a pretty decent sized shop, but I don't know. You wouldn't think you'd fill it up, but I sure did. Okay. Red dot box. Yeah, you no, that's a bad idea. Don't do that with RG8U. Well, I mean, if we misplace any of these tools, it'll take me forever to work. I know where they need to go. Technically, they need to go in this bin. There's 3 bins down to my right. They need to go between the top and the bottom bin. So I could get you to help on that, but at this point in time, I could do that in about 5 minutes. It's not a really big deal, and it'd take me another 5 minutes just pulling them all back out to do the very next job the very next day. So I'm trying to save on any time wasters. There's areas that definitely need to be cleaned in my shop that we will not talk about certain areas. Like my packing section, my boxes are ridiculous. I've got so many boxes, it's crazy. But I'd been throwing them away, and I'm like, I gotta ship stuff all the time. What in the world am I doing? So I started saving my boxes, and boy, that was a mistake. Jeez, man. Yeah, box after box after box after box. I started breaking them down, and then that was an even worse mistake, because then you don't never know what sizes you have because you got them all broke down. So I got tons of packing material and all kinds of stuff in there. Super useful for when I need it, but man, is it a pain. Are you guys seeing all this? Yeah, you guys can see mostly what I'm doing. I don't have it really at the right angle for you guys to look at. I'll try to modify that angle slightly. And I'll pull this down. Yeah, see how that... You see my little counterweight that I got on there? I zip tied one of my measuring tapes on there because this camera's not heavy enough to hold this thing in place on the stand. It used to be I had a gimbal on there, and the gimbal was heavy enough along with the phone, and I can move it wherever I needed to move it. But now, the camera's just not heavy enough. That package, got me the package. What's up? How you doing? 01, was it 019 Broken Radio? I gotta make sure I get that right. But I could call it BBI's #1 soldier, or I could call you Lee. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Long time no talk. Thanks for hopping in the live and checking it out. So I've got a little bit more edge than I wanted right there, so that's what I was doing. Knocking that edge down. Pull it down around this connection right here. There we go. All I'm wanting to do is hit that flange around this connection while also not leaving a lot of... Ah, man, thanks for liking the live. I did not get to see who you were, but thank you for liking the live. Hey, what's up, Swing King? How you doing, Kenny? We are working on some wire right here. I'm trying to put you guys in a cool spot to be able to see what's going on. We'll zoom you guys back out for a minute so you guys don't feel like y'all in my bubble. If you guys like the closer view, ask me to say move it back. And if you say move it back in the comments, then I will move it back. Otherwise, we'll stay in this new spot. What's up, Cold Steel? Scott, we are working on yours today. I've got to get one bracket for the other one. But if you want to put your handle and your stuff out there, feel free to. I got your handle almost memorized, but I am terrible with handles. I meet so many people, it's nuts. So I do apologize for that. I was repeating it the other day, but that's how it goes sometimes. My memory sucks. I know it's out of Bakersfield. That's cool. Heck yeah, man. Sweet. I didn't know y'all worked together. That's pretty sweet. So, Soul Control 561 out of Bakersfield, California. This is Soul Control's wire right here we're working on. We are working on some 7/8 hardline. That's what we're doing today. This is Samuel. This is 7/8 hardline. So this is an LC connector. We're putting some connectors on this wire. This is commonly used in telecom and broadcast, but it's also used in applications where someone needs a higher power handling or much lower attenuation. So that is the applications this comes in handy for. That's big coax is what it is. Next, we're going to go ahead and finish this up. This is... let's pull this over here. Where's my bigger needle nose at? Where are they at? They're right here. Cool. We got 3 sets of needle nose out right now, but I don't even care. I'm just lining this thing up where it'll be pretty well centered where it needs to be, because I'll have to put it in this guide and line it up on this. It will straighten out for the most part as I tighten this connection up, but we'll get there in a minute. So let's get a torch. And then I got to get my 0.062, which is this one over here. I might regret. No, I'm not. I don't regret that. I don't like it. Nope, 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 nope. Not for this application. Pull out my. Can you build 2-out antenna for a mobile? Copy the bot. Borrow the tower trailer. I gotta hook it back up, man. We gotta do some more testing, prototyping. I actually got another tower. I've got another 100-foot crank up and then a shorty, I think it's a 40-foot crank up right now. But the 40-foot's supposed to be spoken for, but I need to speak with the one who's supposedly buying it. He's been a long-time customer for a very long time, and I told him that I'd give him first dibs at it, and that's not to be mean to anybody else, but I wasn't actually planning on selling it. But hey, that's how life goes. I've got too much inventory and not enough money. So let's get rid of some inventory for some money. I'm very happy to have the problem of having too much inventory. That's a blessing. I have no complaints. But at the same time, there comes a point where you just got to start moving some stuff. All right. Well, that's I do not speak Portuguese. So I've got very little Spanglish. But yeah, Coax transmission, El Transmisión. Somebody else can correct me. If anybody else speaks Spanish or is bilingual, feel free to add the commentary in the comments, please. Just to help Samuel out, that would be great. If you are on YouTube, that is. I'm just trying to help the hobby so more people can see what's going on and get interested and have some fun. Copy that, Taterhead. I've got a few. Heard a little bit. We'll talk more about it, I suppose, whenever you're ready. Brant Rose, I apologize for not responding. I don't know where the heck you are at. Maybe that's just Swing King just tagging so somebody can see it. I was just making sure I didn't miss a comment in there somewhere. Oh, there it is, Brant Rose. There it is. This is coax, yeah. So we're working on some coaxial cable. This is commonly used in broadcast and in we're sending 1.21 gigawatts. We got to hit 88 mile an hour and run this cable, and then we'll be good to go. What's going on here? That's not too large. I knew it wasn't. I use this all the time. But it can be used for anything. There's guys that use it for VHF and UHF for low attenuation, and there's guys that use it for power handling. If you were going into, no, it's coaxial cable. So RF transmission, Samuel, cell phone, so cell phone stuff, internet stuff, things like that. It could be, but not. It's not Ethernet though. It's for transmission, talking. It could be used for data transmission, but that's going to confuse him with his English. All right. So, this one is finished. We've got one in here. Hey, Adam, thanks for liking the stream. It's not giving me my little sound bite to let me know somebody liked the stream. I think it might be a slight benefit at the same time as a little bit of a negative because I'm not recognizing you guys. But I suppose the positive is it's not dinging in your guys' ear like it does mine. All right, this coax is not standing up, so give me just 1 second. Let's find a place to put it. Over there, maybe. Oh, it won't. It's just too big. So when you get links like this, it's just odd as can be to figure out where the heck to put it. All right, let's do another one. We got more work to do. So, I don't know what that is. Tower time. Hey, DC1, waving a hand, man. I missed you up there. I didn't see you in the comments. Mr. DC1 out of Barbados, waving a hand, man. Let's get to work. Put another end on. I got more to do. I'd like. All right. Let's get another end. Yeah, it could be used for long run VHF or UHF. It was a felon that I was talking about earlier who's using that in the military. It can be used for all kinds of stuff. It can be used for high power handling. It can be used for broadcast. So you can get a typically in broadcast at around 100 meg, they'll use this for around like a 5 kW transmitter or so. Once you go lower in frequency, you can use it for larger transmitters in the shortwave category and things like that. I assume the customer on this one's going to use it for something like a transmitter. Let's just say it that way. Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you, Samuel. Thanks for hanging out. So let's go ahead and That sounds dreadful. Hey, what's up, Ranger123? I see in the viewers over there. Hey, I see you popped up in the comments now. So let's go ahead and cut this booger back. Line it up. Now, you guys are seeing me do something really weird on this cable, and I don't call these ends a beginner end, so you got to be careful. I made a custom jig to be able to use these rollers to flatten out the corrugations on this, because this is originally designed for a cable called LDF5. LDF5 stopped being produced in 2008 or so, so it's been quite some years that it's been gone for. So I'm actually using it on an AVA cable, which has a larger outer jacket. Whoops. I just realized I missed. Somebody's still waiting for a quote from me. If you get in the live here, sorry, Ken, I apologize. I didn't mean to forget about you. If anybody is in here, nah, this is I was doing something at another job and did something stupid. I was actually, to be honest, I dozed off. So here I was working, and I was working on a piece or something, and I dropped it on my hand, and it woke me up pretty fast. But that's what you get when you only got like 3 hours of sleep. So yeah, that's what the Band-Aid's for. That right there was working on the tower right there. It ripped the whole layer of my skin off. I'm running one of the outriggers down, and it don't have enough room, and there's a piece of flex conduit right there that's kind of dry rotted a little bit, so it's got like a little sandpaper texture, so it just ripped right across my knuckle. And that right there is the previous time that I did the same exact thing with the tower. So I'll need gloves to work on that tower trailer or reroute that one wire. What's up, Showdown Blue Thunder? Hang on a second. Heck yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Blue Thunder, Showdown, 065019, and Hotshot. Appreciate y'all. Now, Hotshot, I don't know what your numbers are, so if you said your own number in there, I apologize. I know you was Hotshot. I try to remember numbers, but sometimes I'll lose them. I need this right here. I need the knife. So, made our mark right there. Line that up right there. I'm a little bit better on my days to get today, guys. So I apologize for all the different times that I'm here super late at night. Maybe I'll be on a better schedule for you guys to check out these videos sometime soon. I'll try to work it out. All right, line that up, see if I did a good job. Oh, it was close, but it didn't do it. Man, almost. There we go. That works good enough. So all that is a little guide just for me to see somewhere to cut, so I'm not cutting crooked when I'm trying to go around, because normally I would walk around the workpiece while I'm working, but I can't do that when I'm sitting right here. So it's part of it. I don't know if I said hello to you or not, Wildcat, but hello. I said hello to Ranger. Yeah, this hardline's actually, I had it on sale just a very short time ago. It's $8 a foot is what it is right now, and it was, at the time, 20% off. So I had a short time sale. Hello, Mahmood, waving a hand, man. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you hopping out and checking the stuff on YouTube. I know I actually got a lot of people in Saudi Arabia that like my stuff on TikTok. I think universally, big coax is always cool. Everybody likes it. So, of course, if you follow the steps that I'm doing right here, you could actually build this coax connector yourself. But I would recommend, if you were trying to put it on for like a lower power application or a non-specific, these customers both wanted a very specific connector on their stuff because that's just what they wanted. Yes, I sell it. Hand manufacturer service. I can build it myself, or I can build the entire harness, or I can sell just the wire. I'm an RF supply company. So if you want to order from me, it's dwinsrfsupply.com. Let's see if I can straighten that up right there. And then you can also message me on Facebook or YouTube or anything else, and I will try to respond. But yeah, you can order just the wire, or you can order a completed harness. I can build it all for you, or I can sell you the parts. Whatever you would like. I'm actually liking this, having my phone freed up. I can actually respond to messages. I'm not going to like it here come in Joliet when I'm going to have both phones tied up, unless I figure out something crazy. I'm going to try. I've been trying for like a month to figure out a new way to stream, and I figured it out how to go live right now in a good way, and I like it. It's good. It's you need to straighten out the connector as much as possible, otherwise you'll have like a bow in it, and it messes up the corrugation and a lot of other stuff. So don't cut too deep when you're doing that, or else you'll cut into the corrugation. So you could go a little slower than me and then use a different tool if you wanted to, whatever you want to do. Whoa! Look, I barely hit my knuckles right there, right when I pulled that off, and the edge almost got me. Let me show you guys. Oh, it did. Look, I'm not doing that on camera, never mind. It barely got me, so it's not going to do anything, barely at all, but you can feel it right when it does it. So it always, even when you're cutting the jacket like a dummy, put your gloves on. That is not a deep cut by any means, but let's just say it got me. Heck yeah, man! Shoot, if you can't take a Suburban up there, go to North Carolina, Cletus. North Carolina is going to be a good one. So I've posted an entire list of, not an entire list, not an exhaustive list of the Hamfests. I've got to get more Hamfests written up. So if anybody's got Hamfest to share with me, feel free to do so. I missed Dayton this year. I cannot believe I missed it, but I missed it. I was going to try to make it. Hamcation hits the same time. Yes, it's Coax. This is 7/8 Coax. So throw some stuff on Saturday. Weather depending, of course, I'll be home all day. Have to deal with a burnt car and Kim. I'll be in the sun. 231. You don't gotta make nothing. This job is very specialized, Samuel. So it is something that is very unique to me. Hey, thanks for liking the stream. Whoever just did that, I apologize for not giving you a shout out for that. So this job is very specific. One, I go live and I do this stuff. Two, I do tutorials and I explain how to build these cables. Right now, I'm just showing you guys because there's not a lot of technical aspect to this, and I'm kind of wanting to talk to you guys. But if you guys want to turn this stuff in every video into a tutorial, I'm happy to do so. It's whatever you guys want to make it, because I'm making these videos for you guys. I'm going to build this wire regardless of whether you guys are here or not, but I do these videos for you. So if anybody wants to see more. So this is Heliax hardline. So it's 7/8 hardline. That's what the generalized term, slang term for it is. This is an LC connector right here. We had a discussion on that earlier for the guys that were watching. Somebody asked in TikTok what type of connector we're using. This is an LC connector right here. This is a 7/16 DIN for comparison, or a regular PL259 UHF connector for comparison right there. So that's what we're working on. This is the cable. This is what we're doing. Hey, appreciate you sharing the live there, Wildcat. Thank you, thank you. Let me continue working and show you guys some more stuff. So from here, I've got to get this on here. Let me flatten that out a little bit more, because all it's going to be is a sharp edge. It's going to be a pain in my neck. So, hey, what's up, Donald? Hope you're doing well. I'm saying hello to somebody before they actually come in and commented, but hello, hello. Hey, Rob, thanks for sharing the live. Appreciate you, man. I do appreciate you guys sharing this stuff. It shares the content out to everybody else. Hello, John. Hope you're doing well. John, over on YouTube land. Thank you for saying hey, man. I hope you are enjoying what you're seeing. It's definitely a unique field, for sure. But the long answer is there's a lot to say, Samuel. The short answer is yes. I do make enough money to survive. So, there's not, if I'm trying to be the company that I am, there's not a whole lot of margin to be made in Coax and things like that, and even in my labor. But at the same time, it's nice to build this stuff and build a, like, kind of keep the hobby going in all aspects, whether it's HF, whether it's GMRS, FRS, or CB. I do like the whole idea of that. At some point, if I get enough volume going, it'll be profitable enough to be a standalone business. Currently, right now, in its form, I would not say it's necessarily profitable enough to be standalone. There's just too much involved in building the business, too many pieces of test equipment to buy, too much. Yeah, this is, I can't back the camera out. Maybe I can zoom out. No, I can't zoom out anymore. Whatever. You guys can see we've got test equipment all over the place. So that stuff costs money and is expensive. And if I build the bench the way I would like to build the bench, it's going to cost me a lot more money. So in that respect, not really cost effective. If I say just a coax and did nothing else, you could, maybe I could do something, maybe I could turn it into a profitable business before then. But as of now, it'll be a few more years before it's like seriously profitable in some way, where it's viable by itself. I try to avoid on-site work because it's too time consuming, because I also own another business, and I have a business partner I have to deal with, so I am not, I do this as a second business. So no, if I did it as a standalone business, maybe I would do on-site work, but as of now, I do not do assembly at the customers right now. I can walk a customer through, do a tutorial for the customer. I'm currently going to be pricing out a custom antenna assembly and delivery, possibly for a customer. They're wanting to get parts, antennas, everything they need to build a beam, and build it a bit overkill. And I would be able to supply them with all the parts, the designs, and everything that they need. But I don't think that's going to be hard to see whether that's actually viable. I'm doing that as a test, so probably shouldn't have mentioned it just yet, because I might not ever do that again. So we'll see how it goes for money. If I end up losing my butt on it, or it just doesn't work out to be profitable, then I won't do that anymore, just because I'm okay with doing things, but there's some stuff that's just not possible. This is $8 a foot is what this cable is. Gunsmoke, the answer is yes. I don't talk about that on my RF supply because my RF supply is a separate business, but the answer is yes. No, I do not do any radio work with my RF supply. I'm an RF supply company, so I supply coax, connectors, bird meters, anything to do with the RF world, like tower, rotors, things like that. I've got a ton of rotors on sale right now, so if anybody wants rotors, I got rotors for sale. I've got tower for sale, RON 45, RON 25, RON 45 FG. I've got 2 different crank-up towers right now. And technically for a price, I guess I have a mobile crank-up tower for sale. It's 107 foot tall. But I don't think anybody wants to pay the leave me alone price for that. So I'm going to continue to keep it and use it as a test setup. But if somebody does absolutely just want a 107 foot crank-up tower, you absolutely can try to purchase it from me. I think that should be the the way with anything. Anything's for sale. But it would just take quite a bit to get something that custom off of me. All right, so let's go ahead and get this put in. We got to find it right here. There it is, over there. Oh, old Robin with added crystal boards that suddenly went dark. I don't know, to be honest, Dragon, but there are definitely some people in here in the comments that may be able to suggest you somebody. So you guys can feel free to ask or feel free to respond to Dragon if you have a suggestion maybe. This cable is used for UHF and VHF. It's used for repeater systems. It's also used for telecom. It's used for broadcast. They use it to FM and AM transmitters, like you hear the AM FM radio. They transmit with these. Your cell phones, for the longest time, used cable like this all the way until you hit the top, and then they would have, at that point, fiber going out to the antenna itself. But most of the power would be transmitted from the ground. Now they're moving it to smaller nodes up on the tower and getting and running fiber up the tower on the newer phone stuff now. It's also used in just hobby community stuff. People who need low attenuation on their cables, and they don't want to have to worry about power loss over a long distance. Or they're running more power and they just need it to handle that power they're running. So that's a couple different examples of all the different ways it's used. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate you sharing the live. I absolutely do appreciate that. Hey, what is that? Hang on, did that go on? Appreciate you hopping in. Hold up here. There's a PY2FF and a PY3DCC on TikTok and Facebook. So thank you guys. I know you guys are in the same zone. So that's pretty cool. Appreciate you guys sharing it. I actually screwed me up because I thought it was the same person for a minute there. But 73, waving a hand, Flavio. Is it Yeah, Flavio. I know I'm speaking it with a very poor accent, very country accent, but hello, hello. Now, I think I responded to Samuel. I'm not sure if he asked it again or not. It's just keeping his message. Okay, cool. It's just keeping his message there. But Samuel, I hope I answered your question. Maybe that'll tell you. But no, I mostly just do it in my shop. If I did it full time, more time, I would, yes. But part time, no, I don't. Hey, thanks for the follow, Maru. Thank you. Appreciate you. What are you building? I'm sorry, I've been working with fiber and coax lately. So this is a lot of stuff. If you've ever been working with fiber, it used to be the cable that went up to the top of your T-Mobile and several other carriers' towers. I know for a fact it went up to the top of T-Mobile's. I cannot speak for Verizon and AT&T because I did not get any setups from them, because I used to buy years ago from surplus pools from telecom guys. But yeah, this is used in also in broadcast, so you'll see it. Your AM and FM radio stations will have it. A lot of times your TV stations will still have it. Sometimes they'll move up to other things like your rigid line. It's also used in like UHF and VHF repeaters. It's used for a lot of different stuff. It's just big coax is what it is. So anything your small little coax doesn't handle, the bigger coax will handle it better. Yeah, I sell this, Rob. So if you wanted to get any of it, I do sell it through my RF supply. But it is, let me pull you some print off. I'll let you see some. Don't hurt my feelings none. See if I got, boy. Well, it's not the whole cable, but whatever. So that is some print off the cable right there. But yeah, if you wanted to buy it, like I said, I sell it. How do you do re-spool that thing? It looks massive. It is a pain in the neck. I've re-spooled up to 1 5/8", which is this stuff right here, and it is a major pain to re-spool. It takes like 5 or 10 rolls of tape just to re-spool. So I do typically all of it by hand. There's other companies that have spooling machines that will spool stuff up, but me personally, I will do it by hand. So it's a bit of a pain. But yeah, if you thought that center was big, look at the center for this one right here. That's your 1 5/8". That's the next size up. All right. Yes, this is AVA 5 specifically. This is AVA 5-50C. So I don't really have a good spot to see it. So yes, I do copy you working for CommScope. But didn't what the heck was it? Amphenol just bought y'all out, right? Did you move over to Amphenol now? Yes, it was $8 a foot right now. I had it on sale a while back for a little cheaper, but you guys missed the sale. If somebody wants to order enough quantity, of course I will go down on it. If you can get me a better deal, by all means, send it to me. But yeah, this is what I do. This specifically is Andrew Cable. Used to be CommScope. Now it is currently Andrew alone. Amphenol decided not to put their name in it. Yeah, I know. Look it up. It's pretty cool. Actually, it'll say it on the side of the cable. So let me, sorry, I'm being a little distracted, but this is pretty cool. I like seeing stuff like this. So if you look right here, where's the daggum stuff on it? There's your stuff right here. Maybe you can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not. You can say you saw this on a live. It's not the best angle by any means. Sorry, I can't move my camera too much. I figured I might indulge you a bit though. Oh yeah, I know. You get into the air core with stuff like that. So they make up, I think y'all go up to what, 5" is the biggest y'all make? I haven't seen larger yet, but it's, I think HCA cable is air core. So you have an air dielectric that goes into a spiral fashion. So it goes kind of like this inside of it. I don't know of anything bigger than 5". I'd like to know about it if there is. That'd be pretty cool. I wish you made your 8". That's cool. I haven't seen your 8" even sold anywhere, not even listed on your website. So that's pretty cool. 8" air core, for you guys that don't know, you have to inject that coax with nitrogen. If you don't have a nitrogen generator or something to purge the oxygen out of it, it can sweat inside the cable and it will break down the dielectric strength and the cable will prematurely arc. So typically a nitrogen generator is what's used. And just through my cost, I think, something like that, of the 3". I think it's around $20 to $30 a foot. So I can only imagine what 8" is. I think probably around $100 a foot would be my guess. So with him saying he works with 8" cable, that's a very large cable. Because that coax I just showed y'all guys a while ago is 2" cable. So it's the largest foam dielectric cable made. They used to make a cable that was called, I think it's LDF, I think it was LDF 8 or LDF 9. It was made, I think it stopped making it back, that one specifically back in 2006 or so. And that cable was 2 1/4. That was the largest foam dielectric that I know of in production. Yes, D-Win's RF supply. We did sell a lot of the coax and air cable to a company last year. Yeah, I know, right? I buy a lot of the foam dielectric. I do not buy much of the air dielectric. Just simply because not many of my customers will have the budget to purchase the nitrogen generator needed, nor have the know-how on how to work that, nor put the gas blocks on the end properly. And right now what I'm doing is a really annoying retrofit, for me at least, to a AVA cable to work with an LDF connector. So this is what I'm doing right here. This is why you see me having to hit it with a hammer and flatten it out and all that other stuff. Hey, what's up, Smeagol? Since you followed me, I might as well say that. Copy the heavy, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's pretty sweet for sure, Rob. Thanks for hanging out and giving me a little bit of story on it for sure. Hola, Jose. Hello, hello. I'm sorry for not responding earlier. I'm neglecting YouTube over there. I had somebody else working with fiber and coax over here too, talking on YouTube land. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate the follow for sure. I hope you guys enjoy what I'm doing. If you guys like it enough, feel free to like the live. If you like it even more than that and you want to see a lot more of it, then feel free to follow me or subscribe. Thank you, thank you. Oh, let's get this burger tight. There we go. Another one is done. So now we're going to have to do something a little bit different because I got a little bit of work in between. Hey, copy the manufacturing. We got another manufacturer over here, Rob. A connector to go from AVA to LDF. Yes, I am modifying an LDF connector to work on an AVA cable because you guys stopped making your LDF cable back in 2000 and whatever 8. You guys don't currently manufacture an LC connector, which is a connector that's very obsolete in the main commercial RF world, but it's still very alive in the surplus market. What's up, 111 needle bender? Waving a hand, man. I think that's the cable. No, we ain't talking about that stuff. You didn't get me banned. All right, let's go. So let's clean this up. So I've still got to do a little bit more work with this wire, but now I've got to focus on the next step of this project, which is building this right here. So I'm gonna have to build something custom. I don't know if you guys are gonna like it as much, but whatever, I've got to do it. So it's just part of it. Read some more. All right, so okay, so this is spooled up cable. You guys can see. This is what. Let me zoom out real quick. Zoom. That's what it looks like right there. All spooled up. I got an end on this end, and I gotta fix where I just hooked something. All right. Now I've got to do something odd. So let me grab some parts real quick. I can still talk to you guys and you guys will see me as I go over here. If you guys enjoy this stuff, feel free, like I said, to follow me or like the live at the least so you can see more videos like it. Thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys. I'm still going to be working, but I'm just running over here to grab some parts. You can probably see me in the camera way in the distance over here maybe. I don't know. But the audio will stay up. I just got to get over here and grab some aluminum and then figure out how I'm going to do this. I got some right here, some right here. I need a fresh piece of aluminum. I don't want a piece that's not, I want one that hadn't been cut. I've got a whole run of it somewhere. I think it's in this other room. Let me grab it. Aluminum. So what we're doing now is going to build a RF mitigation for this cable here. I just got to find where all my long, ooh, that's frustrating. So I have some insulated board and I also have some grounding board that I've got to find. But unfortunately, I put it in a very, very poor, I found it, cool. A very poor location. But now I have to go way back in here. I'm glad you guys are not seeing this part on the camera. I'm like stepping over 1,000,001 boxes in my corner of my shop. So that's a big one. And then let's move these two right here. There we go. I just need one of these. Hey, there's my LMR 600. I knew it was there, but I forgot it was way over here. Also, I sell some LMR 600. I think I got 200 and something foot of it left. As that's gone, though, I won't be selling it anymore. But I'm selling it for like $1.10 a foot, so I think it might be like $2 a foot. But now, we have our metal, and we have to do something interesting. This is probably a little overkill for the metal, but it's what I own. I probably, if I was smart, I would have ordered some more metal. But sometimes when you're busy, you're not smart. You make bad decisions. So let's get a weight caliper, which is not right here actually. Let's turn this camera towards the metal. And hey, thanks YouTube land. Appreciate you guys for hanging out and just trying to stay around and see what the heck I'm doing. I've got to grab my caliper, which is just a fancy tape measure, and I found it right here. And then I've got to get a drill bit set, and I'll show you guys what we're doing next. So we have a coupler right here in front of here, so you can see it. And let's measure and figure out what size we are. So OD on this, 1.25, so I need 1.25 inches. Yeah, I actually am going to a key down in a couple days, Ray. So in 14 days, you will see me, actually really 16 days, you will see another key down. I had someone request and see if I could get a video in a truck. It is typically considered rude, so I normally stay away from that on my videos, but I will specifically go for you guys and ask someone and see if they're willing to show their truck off. If they are, I will share the video with you guys live. Probably live. I don't know. I'll ask them. I will work with whatever they tell me. So typically that's somebody's baby. They did a lot of work on it. It's like drag cars and stuff like that. I mean, technically in the higher class of drag, sure, you got to look at a motor. But I mean, there's some areas that's just hidden. Like, don't look at my stuff. But now for cheating and stuff, of course, they have stuff to look at, but not for, hey, just look at my stuff because I want to show it to you. We need 1.25 inches. There's 1.5 inches. That'll be too large. We want to go down to 1.25 inches just because. I don't know how this camera is going to do. Where is my 1.25 inches? 1 3/8, 1 1/8. What? My 1.25 inches is missing. Whatever. We'll use 1 3/8. That's close enough. It's not critical for it to be exactly 1 1/4. So that's, what did I do there? I bet you the 1 1/4 is already on the drill bit. Real quick. Let me grab it. So I have a whole drill bit set right over here. There's one that I needed, but that's only a 1 inch. So I'm not quite sure where my 1 1/4 is, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. There's my 1 inch. I can put it back. I figured that was going to be the case. So when you go up in these drill bits, there's a different size adapter that it uses. So now I have to find that other one. This is why I put all my tools in front of me. Because I have, all right, whatever. I've got a backup. We got a backup plan. So seeing as I've lost the other one, I had bought another one. So I always try to prepare for stuff like that. Hello from 28 New Orleans. Waving a hand, man. 28. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for your follow, Equipto. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate the follows, guys. Hey, copy that on the 88 Suburban. I may show them what's going on with that too for sure. Adam, if I get a chance, I might do it with the Kiers. We're building some coax, but actually currently now we're going to build a pass-through ground. That's what we're going to be building. This coax is 7/8 hard lines, what it is. Elijah? Hey, that black mat, where'd you buy it from? Sorry for asking. It looks cool to work on. I actually sell these on my I think on my website, but I sell these. I don't remember where I got them from, to be honest. But I sell them if you'd like to get them. I think you can message this page, or I will put them on the website soon. Just give me a little bit. I'm trying to get there. My website has got like a quarter of the items that I sell right now, but I'm an RF supply company. So when you're a supply company, you got stuff everywhere. This is not cutting for nothing. So I got to look, you got your regular scissors, and I'll show you I'm not asking any more scissors if I can find them. They're like big metal scissors, almost like a shear. See if I still get. I mean, I got them. I just see if I can find them quickly. If I can, I'll use them. Yep, I've got 2 or 3 of these things. But yeah, I'm not asking scissors right here. You're not breaking these very easy. Of course, they're used for something else, but I'm using them for this right now. So whatever. All right, well, we got conversation going on over here about food. Come from the Chitwoods. What are we talking about? What come from the Chitwoods? Fresh peaches. Wow. Lord, they're talking about food in the comments over there on Facebook. All right, let's go back over here. Finish what we were doing. Copy your scrolling on the website. I don't think it's in the website yet. I do apologize, but I will have it up soon. If you want to message me on YouTube, your name and phone number, I can send you an invoice for it. As soon as you pay the invoice, I should be able to get it out to you in like a week or something like that. Maybe a little faster than that. I'll do my best to get it out faster. But man, it's hard to keep up, just being quite honest with you. All right, this is all in right there. That slid up. I don't know why this is here. I think this is just to lock it in place. That's pretty interesting. This one's an extra fancy Milwaukee. Cool. All right, well, I bought something nice and didn't even know it. I know you're here, Adam. I'm talking about the AC Sky stuff. This is what everybody wants to see. Yeah. I know you keyed in the past for sure. Not trying to be rude or nothing. Wasn't meant as a slight toward you at all. But absolutely, I appreciate the offer for sure. If we got time, we'll go there. So, this may be loud. I don't know. We will see. So, I'm going to have to back off real quick because my pilot bit is too far back. So, I've got to run this back right here. Let me put you guys in a better spot right there. They are over here. Come here. So, whoa. Where did they go? 1, 2. Oh, I forgot I even got pucks. I didn't even remember about that. Squeeze them nice and tight and make them nice and small and then poke them in. And they stretch out. So, I've got, might as well show you guys. If anybody wants any mobile setups and you wanted to do a hard mount setup, I've got hard mount pucks right here. I've got quick disconnects, tilt over mounts, all that stuff. All kinds of stuff. I literally forgot about buying all that stuff. So none of that stuff's on the website yet. Nah, you're cool, Adam. Appreciate you, man. All right, so thank you guys on YouTube for watching. I appreciate all you guys. There's a bunch of you guys in there. Appreciate you, Facebook land for sure too. If you guys got questions, feel free to hop in there and say something. Earth station antennas don't use Earth station antennas. No, not too much. I haven't done any. I try to typically stay away from the install side, just simply because I own multiple businesses and this is a second business for me. So I try to keep it as streamlined as possible. I could absolutely take on a enormous amount more labor, but the problem there is I have to have the time in order to do the labor. I am Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and X right now. They got me loaded up on freaking YouTube right now. There's 108 guys in there. I don't know what we got on TikTok, but regardless, I appreciate all you guys. It doesn't matter how many's in here. It's appreciated nonetheless. I need to do a standard. Where's the standard bit? Yeah, standard set right there. We will see. Is that the right size? Maybe. There we go. That's exactly what I was looking for. So, tighten that up. Push that up there. Run this up front. Now we have a pilot bit, so you guys can see how the pilot comes out the end. You can't, you can't pilot the hole if you don't have the drill bit on the end of it to work with. So I've got a clutch set up on this right now. I don't know how good the audio is going to be. I do apologize. Evening, John. Hope you're doing well over there. Waving a hand over there on Facebook land. Elijah, this is like the stuff we use at hardline jumpers and cable internet plant. Yes, sure. Yes, absolutely. It's used in cable and internet applications a lot. So yeah, this, now you're not seeing the coax anymore. It's over there. I mean, I've got a collection of it right there, and then I got more of it right there. Nasty trash can right there. More of it right there. But yeah, I got it everywhere. It's all over the place. But we're building a custom mount for this. We'll see if this works. I don't know if I'll like it or not, but we're going to do it anyway. Thank you. Appreciate you, Ranger. Blank canvas. We are building a custom bracket for a pass-through mount to be able to attach a ground to a coax. So it's the type of RF mitigation is what we're going to be doing. So back to here. That is exactly 6.015 inches. So we're just going to go right at 3. I don't really have to be dead on precise. I'm not worried about 0.01 difference. Not at all. Not even remotely worried about that small of a difference. So we're just going to go dead on 3. 3.0015. Let's do that. So there we go. We got our mark. It's kind of a hard mark to see, but I've got a mark right there. Then from here, we got to use our caliper and measure this piece right here. Sorry, YouTube land, I'm not as cool as I was a while ago with that coax in hand, but I've got to do this too, so it is what it is. I appreciate you guys hanging out for as long as you did on YouTube. For the guys that are leaving, and for the guys that are staying, I love you. Appreciate you. Thank you. That would be too far. I don't want that. I don't like that at all. So I'm not going to the very end. I'm going to go to the body of this connector. So no, I do need to go to the very end, and then I'm just going to chop into it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do something unique on this one. I don't really have to have these 2 extra flanges attached, but I'm going to do it anyway just because I can be overkill. So whatever. So I've got a mark right here so I can be able to tie that all in. If I look right here, let's pick this up and see if this looks pretty well centered. It's close enough. It should be fine. All right, so I should be able to get all those done. So now I need my auto punch, and my auto punch is right here. What's up, Trevor? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, heck yeah, 111. Doing well, man. Today is a busy day. It's hopping on all the platforms. You guys are all over the place. I like days like this where you guys comment and start talking about stuff. It's cool. I appreciate it. And thank you for the gifts there, Ranger. Please, they are not required by any means. I do appreciate you giving them, but I appreciate the shares and stuff like that, man. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and drill this and see if this doesn't turn to be a pain in my neck, or my feet actually, because I don't have the extremely good footwear. So we'll see how hot this turns out to be here in just a moment. Now, typically, let me just be fair. I normally would never drill right here. I have a whole drill station over there, but I'm keeping you guys over here so you guys can check out and hang out with the live. So I'll have to clean up a lot more. I'll have to do a lot more being careful working over here, but this is just simply so you guys can stay and hang out. I have a clutch set on it, so that's what's going on there. So I got to make the clutch a little bit stronger. Now I'm going to try to put this in a place where I just don't have a gigantic mess everywhere. So give me just a second. I'll move you guys over down here to this drill bit. Maybe something like this will work. That is loud. Tell me how noisy that is, or if this noise canceling feature is cutting a lot of it out. If this is sounding terrible, then let me know. Hey, thanks, Rob. I've got quite a few night shift guys hopping in here, so I definitely do thank you for hanging out on the night shift. This is a gigantic mess. Better be glad I like you guys. A little bit hot, not too bad, not too bad. Hole's done. So we'll cut our hole. Now that I got a million acres of metal shavings on me, gotta get it out of my. I'm literally wearing flip-flops for this job. So not the best workwear. Luckily, it's only aluminum, so it doesn't really have a chance to get super hot, and it has a very good thermal conductivity. So that means it heats up and cools down really fast. So it also transfers the heat to the surface rather than throwing it to the shavings. All right, so I've got there we go, a tool for this job. Look, see if it cleans the floor. You guys can't see the floor, but whatever. It's actually doing all right. It's blowing the shavings away from my feet. All right. Wipe off one more time. Move the camera up. And now what we're going to need to do is notch this. Actually, no, we don't even need to notch it at all. I'm just going to do that. I don't need to notch it. Sweet. Because this doesn't matter. This can be removed on both sides. Heck yeah. Got to drill 4 more holes though. So we're going to throw some tape on this thing. Thank you, Sumo. Appreciate you. Yeah, copy. I'm glad the noise canceling is working good. Thank you, Ricardo. Appreciate you liking the live. Ouch. Okay. Thanks for all the follows on TikTok. 13 of you guys already. I do appreciate you guys enjoying this stuff. It's cool. This is what encourages me to make more of these videos. You guys liking them and sharing them. So thanks. It's going to be what size? That'll work. Now I need to get suggestions while you guys are here. Anybody on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, wherever, I don't care. Copy it was loud on TikTok. Yeah, I thought it was loud, but 111 was saying it was all right. But it's probably just being forgiven like he always is. I appreciate it, but I can always mute the camera, the microphones, I think. I don't know if there's a button here to mute them, but I think there's a button on the, let me see if this works. So I'm going to try to mute the audio, and you guys will give me a thumbs up and let me know that it is muted. Audio. That should have muted audio. See if it worked. Copy the thumbs up. It muted it. Cool. So in the future, I will possibly mute it on some super loud stuff, just so you guys don't have to get like your ears blown out. So thank you, thank you. I need some tape. Tape. Finish. You got a roll of tape. I actually thought I was out of tape, but I got some more. This stuff's the quiet tape. The bad thing is, stuff is still super loud, but I don't think you realize if you don't do like videos a lot, how crazy loud packing tape is. It is probably one of the loudest and most annoying things out there for making like super distracting videos. Like it makes a lot of noise. All right, something like that will work. I gotta get these metal shavings up off the top of my leg, irritating me. Copy the thank you, appreciate you, Troy, Tony, thank you, Sumo, thank you, Ranger, thank you, Rob. Appreciate you guys letting me know. You guys saying stuff like that in the comments really helps me understand that my live works right. Because I mean, I can look at it all day and think it's right, but until you guys let me know, I have no clue. So let's put you guys in another spot, I guess, so you can see the shavings go fly. So cool. I can't push that hard. It moved my tape. Nope. Stay still. Oh man. Let me start a lot of these real quick before I get to drilling yet. I don't want to get all these holes lined up where I want them to be. You can stay there. You stay right there. That'll be fun. Now, what would be smartest for me to do right now, more than anything else, if I was using a big brain, is go ahead and drill one hole all the way through and then run a bolt through it. And that's what I'm gonna do. I just want to make sure at least it's in the position that I want it in. Keep this back. Hey, thank you, Scotty. Appreciate you liking the stream. Oh, hang on. Is it too loud? Would you guys like it muted? Please request it if it's too loud. I don't mind. Because that is a lot of high frequencies right there. All right. Thank you. Keep trucking. Appreciate you liking the live. All right, so what do we got going on over here? I need some metal. All right, we've got some 5/16, but we're not going to be using all that material. Let's find some 1/4 inch. Nope, that's some more 5/16. Some more. I think it's 3/8. I got some 1/4 inch, but it's just not the right size. Well, some 1/4 inch right there I could use, but I don't want to use that. Oh, I got it right here. Found it. Sneaky little booger. That's what I was looking for. Some hardware. Anybody have any opinions about how loud that was? Because I get 3 more holes to drill. So if you guys would like me to mute, I will mute. If you guys don't mind, then I'll just leave it going. I'll still show you guys what's going on in the video though. One of these days, I'll get somebody to watch me on X. I think I have 0 on X. So if anybody wants to go over to X at any point in time, feel free to go there and watch the stream and then follow me on X. That'd be cool. At least I could say I got one person and it justifies me having a check mark over there. I got a check mark on X and I got 0. But I like the idea of X just because it's just, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if it'll be any good or not. This is my coolest little ratcheting option. It's got your regular screwdriver bit right there, and you got your 1/4 inch drive right there. So it's pretty neat. I like that thing. My 10mm, that's Racha. I need my pliers or any crescent wrench. It doesn't really matter. It's just a 10mm. I've got all the wrenches I need, but I also do not have all the time in the world. So we're just going to do this quickly. See, drilled my hole now, or tightened my bolt. Now I can put my 3 other holes in, hopefully fairly quickly. Hello, Roy. Copy to go with it. We'll just keep running. Copy, I'm good. Thank you, thank you. We'll just run them. Let's put those bolts in. They won't stay straight. I'm not doing that. All right, let's put some more bolts in. Let's find some hardware real quick. I've got a pile of it somewhere. Uh-huh. Deserved it. All right. Next. I'll find this stuff eventually. I just gotta. Oh, I know where I can find it, but I don't want to take it from there either. Whatever. Let's just do it. Let's see if I can hold it straight with what I got, and I'll poke. What am I gonna poke in there? Something like this. Nope, too big. What do I got? It's too large. That might not be. I don't know. Here we go. Now it's straight. Cool. Holding this to keep it from kicking out. Here's the annoying thing though. I gotta build 2 of these. It's not really that annoying, but it's just work. This stuff is for the birds, man. It's like the general labor and cutting and machining and crap like that. You guys have fun with this. I will leave it to you. You can make your millions doing it, and I will cheer you on from the sideline. This is not my cup of tea. Now, if I had a machine shop and I had the tools and I just had a whole process machine worked out where it just did the cutting, the drilling, the alignment, and everything all at once, and I just run the processes, or like a CNC going, yeah, cool, that's great. But I don't have that, so here I am doing all the manual cuts and all that crap. But this is currently a panel mount LC connector, so I'm going to do more with this, but in the meantime, I think I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to cut it. So let me pull this out real quick, take it apart. I'm gonna make a mark. I think we're gonna go about 3 inches up. How far up are we from the center of this right here? That's what I want to do. If I went from the center, yeah, it should be fair enough. I don't think that's a big deal. Something like that. Let's check that measurement, see what that turns out to be. 3.5, that's fine. I'll stick with 3.5. So 3.5. This is not rocket science, nor is it extremely precise. We're just making a mark somewhere where I want to cut it, and we're going to cut it. So I'm going to go over here. Camera, bad spot. Let's turn the camera maybe up. How can I do this? I'll hit the camera right there. How do I do that? So up like that, and we'll zoom. Zoomy, zoom. Nope, wrong way. That one right there. There we go. Now you guys will see me really far away on the small camera, and I'll zoom in on this other camera. It's not the best quality doing this, but also at the same time, you guys can hang out while I'm working. Copy the radio club tonight and told them about your telephone pole of a coax. Copy that. That's cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm gonna make sure it's Swanstow. Yeah, that's very cool, man. Yeah, I figured you would like that adapter. Yeah, thanks for liking the live. Appreciate you. All right, so we are going over here to take this end out real quick. So you can see me on the small camera still working. That's the other cool thing about the small camera. I can put you guys way up there, out of the way, so you guys can see what's going on next and read. Then all right, get out of here. Get out of there. Now I can go over there and chamfer some holes and do some other stuff. I've got actually a new tool for that. So this is my Milwaukee one. I bought another one, but it sucks and broke. So my Milwaukee one is a new one. So we'll see how it does. If I'm complaining in a few seconds, it's doing this. It has the same problems the other one did. Oh, getting nearer to the AC unit so you guys can hear all that. I'm gonna chant for this edge real quick. No, that works pretty good. I'm very happy with that. No complaints here. That's nice. Nice. Now that's a chamfer. That's the difference in like a professional looking cut right there whenever it does stuff like that. Now, of course, there's countersinking bits and all kinds of other stuff you can get at a machine shop. But I'm talking about it, little old me building a little connector for a dude. It's just a nice little addition that I can do. That doesn't take a lot of time for me to do, but gives them something pretty and nice. So this Teflon needs to get out of my way. I don't know if you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. I know you guys are about to hear what I'm doing. I do apologize in advance. Turn your phone volume down if it is up loud. I'm going to drill, or not drill, I'm going to cut this thing with a saw. I might regret this. I might want to get another blade. I've got a metal cutting blade, but this is a multi-purpose blade. Whether I don't know, we'll see. If this is crazy noisy, we're just gonna mute it. So give me just a second and try this. Yeah, no, that's noisy as piss. I'm gonna mute you guys so you guys just do not like rage me for killing your ears. So I'm gonna be talking and doing things, but I'm not going to be destroying your guys' ears. Mute. I was gonna try to be lazy and go fast, but whatever. It's just got gummed up with the aluminum. I've got another metal cutting blade, but I think it's smarter just to use my jigsaw and just be done with it. So this is bimetal. That's a super tough. This should be fine. I don't know if it's good for aluminum or not. We'll see in a minute. I'm just gonna cut it with a jigsaw. I have a bandsaw over here, but the problem is the blade's too flimsy for one, and two, I was trying to use it for metal cut, for cutting other stuff. Wait, hang on, let me suit this back real quick. Not. Yeah, thank you. A little bit more. Less off the edge. I told you. It's the only bad thing with aluminum. It'll get a chunk. It'll get caught up in your blade, and whenever it does, it's annoying as piss to cut, because it acts like your blade's not sharp anymore because it's got the aluminum chunk in it. Give me a second. At this point, I'm not asking. It like cut 3/4 of it right away, but I'm not waiting on it. I'll just get another bit because I own about 30 of these things. I think everybody's got to have a lot of jigsaw and sawzall bits. You'll buy some at Home Depot or Lowe's on Black Friday and be like, I need these, and you never use them. See how fast this last 2 inches works off with this new blade? Yeah, literally. New blade, that's the way. All right, I'm gonna cut one more, just because I need to do one other one identical to this here in just a few seconds. So I'm going to cut one more here. We're building a ground for a coax is what we're building right now. So that's what we're doing. I'm kind of jumping ahead right here, but I also just want to be done with this project. So we got to go 3.5. Marker mark. All right. Stuck on. Now that blade is gunked up. I'll clean the blade later. We're not asking again. We're just going to throw a new blade on because I can do this in approximately 30 seconds. Oh no! I found out a problem with my jigsaw. I messed around with it and haven't done as much work with it lately. And there's 2 Phillips head screws on the bed or the bottom, and they are currently loose, and there's 2 more that are currently gone. So that sucks. But we're gonna go ahead and fix that right up and tighten at least these up so that my jigsaw doesn't fall apart. I think it's a 632. It's kind of a bad design to have like a vibrating part to have a Phillips head right there. But hey, that's Ryobi for you. Ryobi's nice, but they're not known to be like the most expensive tools. They're cool though. I like Ryobi. I got a bunch of them. Alright, whatever blade I just picked there is not the same blade. That's very annoying. That's the only bad thing about having, I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing. We have little to complain about. All I have to do is literally just grab another bit. So I didn't think I was going to be going through this many of them. So I'm just going to take the bits over here with me. And we'll be done with this in about 30 seconds. Let's count. See how long it takes for me to finish. Now, I don't have to be over here for a while. I do have to do some more cuts, but I will not be doing those anytime super soon. I'm going to get my reaming tool and take it with me. I need my caliper and to take it with me. I'll leave the light on over there for the next time I go over there and start working. Now I need my little vacuum. And let's zoom back over here. Zoom. Out we go. Back to a normal zoom level. And you guys see what we're doing. So, might not have been the coolest thing in the world, but hey, maybe you guys got to see something in a minute. Alright, good to do. Cool. Now, I'm going to cheat. So, I'm going to mark this where I want it. Doesn't have to be perfect. These are already like slightly off from one another anyway. Nah, I don't have to mark this. Let's just drill it. Let's just drill it. This is the straightest edge I got. I'm going to use this, and I'll hit that with a grinder and try to straighten her up. Let me hit this with a sander real quick. Straighten this up just a smidge. Just a smidge. I don't need to. Much nicer. That's something super nice about having a belt sander. At least I can make it somewhat of a standard. Yeah, much better. Make sure the audio's, yeah, here, good. Let me straighten up this one more edge just since I'm already working on the belt sander. I'm off the camera angle, but I'll be back in about 10 seconds. There we go. I'm happy. Much nicer. Let me check a message real quick. So we'll see. Take my earplugs out so I can hear myself now. So that's a lot. This is of course a straight edge because that was the end. That's a lot nicer than what it was. All right, go inside. You're good. I'm going to use this edge because it's the straightest looking edge I got. Probably not smart. I probably should use the rougher edge just simply because it's kind of a waste. But I'm fine with that. I don't care. I'll use the straighter edge because no, this is going to be hidden under an elbow anyway. So it don't matter. So we've got our big drill bit ready. So we'll get that one ready. We need to measure and make sure we don't go too far. One will measure the total width. I did this a little bit different earlier, but I'll do it like this now. So the total width it should end at is somewhere right there. So when I put this on here, it'll look like that. So now, from there, I wonder if I can just cut that width exactly in half. I probably could. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see if I regret this or not. So, they're centered right there. Now I'll mark the whole thing for center. Punch, just go into the middle. I'm sorry I'm not talking much, but this is just a bunch of drilling and stuff. So, we're cutting this, so I'll move you guys to a better angle. See what we're doing. Now, I don't have as much material to work with now that I did this, so we'll see if I regret this or not. But I'm going to go grab something real quick, because when material gets this short, it's not smart to hold it. So you need to get something to make your life safer. Not necessarily easier, safer. Safety is a pretty important responsibility, and it's something that's a personal responsibility. Some guys don't choose to use that personal responsibility and end up getting hurt. So I think it's best for me to use as much wisdom and knowledge as I can gather and muster in my little eeny beeny little brain and think about ways that I could possibly hurt myself when I'm drilling a 1-inch wide hole plus, and do whatever I can to mitigate that possible risk. So let's move this down, let you guys see what's going on. You know, let's do something just because it looks better and it makes no functional difference which way I do this, except for one way. We'll keep this crap out of my way. Okay. Sorry, this is kind of hard to reach, and they're both kind of touching each other. So. Weird angle, but whatever. What's that? Okay. You guys didn't complain about it last time, so I'm sorry for the noise. nugget. That would be a little hot if it was any other metal, so don't do that. Aluminum's not too bad, especially when I'm cutting it that fast. Hey, Justin, thanks for liking the stream. Appreciate you, man. We are currently in the process of doing a layout on this material right here. So I'm lining this up. I'm going to stick a piece of tape on this thing. Probably a couple pieces of tape. Now it decides to be quiet. It's loud every other time. Don't mind me complaining about tape. I pay like $2+ extra per roll to get the quiet tape, so I don't have to hear it being so loud. And it makes noise almost all the time. It's less noise, but it still makes noise. And to be quite honest, that noise is just annoying. When you're packing tape and stuff like that all the time, you really can appreciate the quiet tape whenever it finally is working very well. All right, drill some more holes. I can't really put you guys right next to here. Maybe I can. That'll work. Like that, maybe. So let's see if it walks on me. Look, now we can cheat. I'll show you guys what I'm about to do. It ain't nothing special or nothing, but it's this is where it comes in handy to have adapters and tools. I say all that and watch me not be able to find it nowhere. Two of them right here. Where the heck are they at? Bench is a daggone wreck right now. I'm gonna grab another one. I own enough of these, so I know I should have at least one more. Oh, I know where they're at. They're in the stupid toolbox. Whatever. I'll whine about it later. Let's do this. I'll take them out of my toolbox afterward. There you go. Locked her in place. Now I can change this bit out to other bit. We're being safe. I'm well away from anything that could hit me. But if I was down there, I would absolutely be doing that. Look, there you go. I'll make you happy. Small camera. There you go. And is there somebody out there that does machining, that knows how the correct drill speeds, that knows the correct lubricant or anything to use on this material? Keep it to yourself. I'm not worried about it. I know that I'm not doing it the best way possible, but I am not a machinist, nor am I trying to be. I'm just building this thing for the RF, for the RF mitigation that it needs to be doing. Ah, come on, get out of there. Trying to pull it down out of the way so I can twist this. It's a pain in the neck to reach. There we go. Now that's much better. Up here we go. on the bench. Bye-bye. So this is, I don't normally show this part on the live, but you guys hang out, you guys are watching it, you guys are seeing it, and then I might as well. I'll share it and let you guys see. The reason I don't show it is because it takes time, it's effort, it's just, I don't know. For lack of better words, it's not as interesting to a lot of people. Some people love it. Some people would find this content great, but it just seems to be you guys like the Coax a little better. But I'll be back on Coax super soon. Just let me finish building these brackets. So this one is done for the customer. Not finished completely because I've got something really cool to show you guys. I think it's cool. You guys might be like, whatever. I think it's cool. It's not, I don't know. It's one of those nerdy kind of things. It's like when you know how hard it is to find something, then you appreciate it more. Well, bam. Brand new. Never been opened. Completely sealed. That is a whole pack of them. So that's 2 for these customers, 1 for each. And I think that is, like, nice. So now I have to find my hardware. I wonder if I charged for this thing. I don't think I charged enough. Actually, I know I didn't. I don't think I charged for this thing at all with either one of them. Well, whatever. We are getting as much accomplished today as possible. Yeah, for sure. That's just part of it. This is literally part of the process. Hey, what's up, Fuji? Waving a hand, man. Well, 817 in the Mobile. I always try to mix up your. I always used to mix up your numbers with Genesis. All right. I didn't do any chamfering on this one, so you guys will see the chamfer over here, and we will get the material to do it. So turn this over here, pull it out over the open floor that's full of these shavings already. There you go. Nice and reamed on the inside edge. Next is this side. It's close. That's better. So I figured out a way to do it a little bit better than what I was doing. That looks better. All right, look. Finished edge right there, unfinished edge right there. It just chamfers the edge a little bit. Looks nice. All right. Nice. Now, in order to finish up the rest of this, I'm going to have to find some more hardware. I've got a pile of aluminum hardware somewhere. I think it's over here. So let me go grab it. I'll turn you guys so you guys can look at the eye candy. To me, that's eye candy. That stuff's cool. Brand spanking new. Like, this one I can clean up. That's all fine and dandy. but it's always nice to have a booger that looks new. All right, give me a second. I got a whole new cabinet to help with storage, and that cabinet is currently blocking me from my storage. So that's frustrating. At some point in time, I will move it and then utilize it as what I bought it for, storage. But in the meantime, it is currently in my way and being a pain in my neck. That's cool. I need that. There's the small ones. This is very promising. Let me take this bin with me. I got some rare goodies to show you guys in here anyway. I'll make my steps somewhere. I'll make it. Pull the egg. I'm stepping over stuff. All right. Start grabbing hardware. Oh, I know I gotta build something else. Whatever, I'm getting there. We're going close. So, I don't know if I like this, I love it, or I dislike it. But I'm gonna set them right here for just in case. There's a little bit of short hardware that would be nice to have and use if I got 8 of them. If I don't have 8 of them, then I may consider some other hardware to be used. There's some, I really shouldn't use this hardware. That's my 7/8 EIA hardware for a really rare 7/8 EIA connector. Not as rare, but it's an 1 5/8 to 7/8 EIA. But I don't see myself selling that one right away. I can always buy some more hardware if I need to. But it seems to be that 1/4 inch is literally one of the harder to find. That's not 1/4 inch, that's oddball. These are 2 oddballs. That's like some metric standard. Like, that could still work though. If I had 4 of them. I'm more of an OCD dude whenever it comes to finding the same of something. Like, I don't really care too much if I'm using like different hardware and stuff. But I do care a lot when it's different hardware on the same piece. It's got to be the same 4 pieces. So I'll use maybe these 4. I still got to find some more. I can use these. These are good. I'll use these. I got a bunch of 4 of those. So I'll use those 4 and then these 4. Very, very soon I will have more hardware. I've got a pile of nuts and material, so I'm good with that. My problem is I just don't have a whole pile of shorter stainless hardware. I got all my long stainless hardware here, long stainless hardware there, but no really short stainless hardware. There's always something you're missing. I don't care who you are. You got the biggest machine shop in the world with all the bolts, nuts, and hardware. You're missing something. It's annoying. It's a pain in the neck. But it's life also. What? Did I grab the wrong drill bit or something? Yeah, I'm a freaking 64th inch down. I don't know how I did that, but I just drilled holes earlier. What? Oh, because I used the stinking metric. Alright. I don't think I have 4 of those. So, let me grab this. I'm 15 64ths where I need to be 16 64ths. Just a 1/4 inch is all it is. Here I am like a dummy. There's a worn out 1/4 inch, but it'll work for a 64th of an inch cut. That'll be fine. Alright. You have assorted bolts in the box on the shelf. Copy the assorted bolts. I'm not looking for assorted. I'm looking for 4 of the same. Thank you, though. That may be where some of my my DIN stuff run off to, or my EIA stuff run off to, because I was looking for my EIA bolts anyway. Let's go look. Let's check up here. I have 4 boxes full of assorted bolts and hardware. That is all my lock washers. That is lots of random screws. That is nails. That is random U-bolts. That is some 7/16. That's cool. I'll use that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, we're close. We're close. 6. 2 more. 2 more, guys. 7. Just need 1 more. 8. Whoop, whoop. Hey, thank you, Mrs. DeWin. You have saved the day. Not absolutely perfect, but very happy with the results. I've got some short stainless right there. That is some leftover material I had from a job. I remember doing it, and that'll work. Sweet. CEO of Portland, Oregon Ice Cream Big Dog. Well, thank you, Dennis. Appreciate you letting me know. Congrats on the company. Hope everything goes well over there. We're currently working on some Coax connectors right here. We're doing the brackets for them. This is RF stuff. This is what we do here at DeWin's RF Supply. So, thank you for hanging out. I absolutely appreciate you, your appreciation there. So we're gonna run over here. Hey, Justin, thank you. Appreciate you the accolades there. I didn't see those till just now. All right, cool. Hey, see you, Ranger. Appreciate you, man. Hope you have a good evening. Absolutely appreciate you hanging out. I'm hitting the tail end stretch of what I'm doing anyway. So let's turn this camera over there so you guys can see. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thank you everybody for hanging out and liking the stream. Anybody who wants to call it quits or anything like that, or has already decided to call it quits, feel free to like the live and maybe you'll see more like it. Or if you like it good enough, please follow. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out for as long as you did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this sanding, the sander, and I've got to cut off a couple edges. This one right here. Let me just check some of them. We'll just check them by hand real quick. So if it threads on by hand, we're good to go. That one threads on by hand, we're good to go. Next. Threads on by hand, we'll check it. It does not thread on by hand, we'll fix that. Threads on by hand, good to go. Next. Hey, Zyfro, thank you. Appreciate you liking the live. I'll let you guys see what I'm doing. I'll show you guys my complaint. See that sharp edge on that end of that thread? That's my problem. It's one of the ones I'm fighting. So I've got 4 out of 8. 5 out of 8. 6 out of 8. 7 out of 8. Hold up here. 8 out of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't even need that one. Whoop, whoop. Move on. I can just go over there for now. So never mind. I'm not going to the sander. We're going to just put this together the way it is. Ain't that nice? Yeah, thanks for the enjoyment. Appreciate you for sure. Hey, I appreciate the accolades, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys checking it out. It's like I said, I wouldn't be live. I'd still be doing this work, but I would not be live if you guys didn't weren't watching. If you guys didn't enjoy this, if it wasn't something fun, then I would just turn some music on and get to work and be working. I've been doing this stuff for years off camera, so I'm happy that you guys enjoy it, and this, like I said, it's for you guys. So thank you. YouTube guys, but especially, I wish I would have told you guys a little bit sooner before the other guys peeled out, but feel free, like I said, if you like it, please feel free to subscribe and follow me there, because I have not got as many on YouTube as I do everywhere else. I got a lot more people in other places. I probably should give YouTube a little bit more love, especially with how many of you guys show up and show out on these lives. So thank you for hopping in and hanging out too. I did get to talk to YouTube a lot today, though. That was pretty cool. So that's how that looks finished up. We're all good to go on that one. Next, let's do this one. It's not completely good to go. I've got more to do. I've got to build an elbow and blah, 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 blah. More to do. But we got the hard part out of the way. Elbow's pretty easy. It's just 2 bolts. Hey, we're doing pretty good on time too. It's not too bad. We started this live early and we stayed busy the whole time working. We were very close to being finished. Unfortunately, I am not finished yet. I've got to drill these holes out real quick. How'd that fit through and the other ones didn't? Let's pull this out. Let's not ask questions. Let's just drill them out. We're going to drill these out to a 1/64 of an inch larger up to 1/4 inch, so I don't have to worry about this later. .64 of an inch is not a lot of material to ask for, so it doesn't take really long to drill. And it's so little material that it doesn't even mess up my chamfer, so that's pretty cool. Where I did all that chamfering earlier, it doesn't. If you drilled out to a much bigger hole, then your chamfer would be messed up. But that's the pretty sweet thing about only being a 1/64 of an inch off. My eyeball was close. I just didn't look at it and read and see it was a 15/64 instead of a 1/4 inch. Wait, this is hard to do. There you go, get off there. What's up, troubleshooter? Waving a hand, man. Hope you're doing well. Hello, user on TikTok hopping in. Appreciate all you guys still hanging out on the TikTok land. If you guys got questions, y'all feel free to ask. I don't mind talking to you guys and answering your questions. One of these days, somebody will find me on X. I will have one. Thank you. Appreciate you liking the live, man. User 11258122325. Said your name exactly. I didn't miss a letter. I earned that like. Or a number, excuse me. Alrighty. So, this is finished. Not really, but still. These 2 are finished. They're pass-through mounts. I'm going to build elbows with 2 pieces of angle. Copy. I got it right. Woo! Every number. All right. So, what the heck else do I got to do? All right. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to pull you guys in a weird spot. We'll zoom you in. Don't look at my trash. It's going to be there. I cleaned up the trash the other day, but wrong way, that way. Zoom in some more. I know it's low quality. Sorry. But we're just, I'm going to go over there, cut one piece of material. I'll show you guys what I'm cutting. It'll be kind of weird on the camera. But I'll show you guys anyway. This piece right here. So I'm gonna stand up in the way, and I gotta cut some stiff. I'm not cutting it nothing crazy. I'm just cutting off a little bit of dielectric material. Oh, that's a big old piece of Teflon. I'll put it over here. Let's put it up. No, actually, I need it for this job. Never mind. I forgot. What happens when you don't use your big brain? Yeah. Forget about stuff. Got a bunch of freaking EIA flanges on the floor. I'm just good like that. So, what we did, let's just pull off, like I said, some material for what I'm about to be doing. I'm going to show you guys anyway, so you guys can see in the camera. See, we cut that insulator off of there. So now we're going to go over there and cut some Teflon. No complaints here. Let me clean this up real quick. Give me just a second. My big head's gonna be in the way, but you can see me on the little camera. That's the cool thing I like about that little camera. It's great. I can be walking around doing all kinds of stuff, getting in the way on the big camera, and you guys can still see what's happening on the little one. Doesn't work well for those guys trying to hide stuff, but works pretty great for me, for somebody who doesn't care. I'm not trying to hide anything. Some guys, let me hide this off camera. Well, there's definitely some proprietary stuff that I don't tell you guys about, and I won't tell you guys about, just simply because I'm not going to cut my own throat. But a lot of this stuff I'm an open book on. Oh, wow, that's the nastiest looking. Sorry. We don't need to be zooming into our mouth that close. That was weird. Sorry. I made it weird. Not really, but still. Okie dokie. I need that vacuum over here. Also need to move whatever all this stuff is out the way. I've got way too much stuff over here. The machine shop has turned into a junk shop. It's not really a machine shop. I guess it's a drill press, a compound miter saw, a belt sander, and a grinder turned into a wire wheel. So that's what it is currently. I need that vacuum. I don't really use it as a vacuum. I just use it as a little blower. It's called a pocket vac. It blows some air. I'll come back and check you guys' comments in just a second. Give me a second. I want you to do this to me. What am I doing? That one. Yeah. All right. Oi. Now, I figure out how far I want to make this, how long. Something like that. Rotate my hand around. Scoot it, scoot it. Something like that. It'll be fine. What I don't understand is how that miter saw doesn't cut all that. Makes no sense to me. No, I'm not doing that. Nope. Drill press. Not drill press, belt sander. You guys see everything I'm doing? See if I can see my hand. Yeah, I think you guys can see. This part's boring. We're just cutting material until it's smooth. Well, this is probably the most important aspect about what I'm doing right here. I think I don't have to do this by hand. That would be a nightmare. I would be working on this thing forever. Eventually I'll get through it. I'll find the material. Now, it'd probably be faster if I had a rougher cut and then I went down to a tighter cut. But this bench space is only, what, 8 foot of bench space? So I don't have enough room to be able to fit another belt sander on here. Nor do I want to change belts out over and over again. I probably could. It's only a 36-inch belt. That was a lot more cutting the material than I wanted to do. I still got like a 1/16 of an inch of material to pull. Who knows the best way to clean out a sander? Like, what material should you put in a sander to clean out the... Because it's not like the sander's lost part of its material. It's just full of Teflon. Woo, better. The frustrating part about this is, as much as I want to say good enough, I can't. It's just not possible. Let me show you guys what's going on. So, if you look right here, on the edge of this material, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a bunch of rough edges in there. I've got to clear that material out. It cannot stay like that. Yeah, I'm getting there. High power there. Yeah, I'll try it. Oh yeah, duh, I got a compressor. Let me kick that thing on. Thank you. That's not a bad idea. I had a smaller little fan that I'd used, but my big compressor, I don't kick on too much because it's got a leak. But I already brought the end of the nozzle over there already, so it's ready. So I'll let it build up some pressure, and we'll try my backup plan, which is just a brush. See if I can brush it out, knock it some out of the edges, because it's not like it's a super fine thread. Now, do I know that I'm sanding part of my brush down? Probably, but it actually is working pretty well. Like, I'm throwing material back on myself right now. That one probably needs to be replaced. I can see that tape getting tore up a little bit. So, let's try it. Yeah, I did this before. This is why this is over here, because I literally remember doing this exact thing. Good idea. Appreciate you, Adam. Yeah, worked great. Excellent refresher on the blade. We'll see how fast this works now. The funny thing is I literally had that air compressor just sitting right there waiting, and I forgot all about it. So thank you for the reminder. Much, much better. It's pulling material a lot faster. That's a deep notch though. Super deep. Look, check this out. That actually, love this. Yeah, that's what it took all night. That's close enough, and that is being fair. I mean, we're talking about like super small ridges at this point. So it's a very long process, unfortunately. Not like it's difficult though. I'm just sitting there sanding. Alright, so now here comes the moment of truth. Let me get the caliper. I'm coming back over there. This thing is killing me here. You're killing me, Smalls. There we go. That was sharp, whatever that was. So, we're taking this right here and we're measuring it with the caliper. Hey, what's up? W98ED, BED, excuse me. So, you might not be able to stay around the whole time, Rob, but I'm going to do my best to try to get as much as done as possible. So, I do apologize if I can't finish everything in the video before tonight's out, but I'm going to be doing as much as I can. What size is this again? Alright, we're just looking for a 7/32. There it is. That bit right there. So I can do it by hand or I can use the drill press. I am going to choose to use the drill press. Simply because it's easy and it's right there. And I've already got this piece over here. But smartest way to find center is to get that caliper I just had over here. I have yet to buy another one of these. Like a dummy, I've got a big one with a big set of jaws, but I need to buy another one of these for this side over here because I keep going back and forth with it on my lives. And I never remember when I'm at the store. I always buy other stuff, but I never remember to buy my daggum caliper. It's frustrating, to be honest, to know that you need to get something and then keep forgetting to get it over and over again. I don't know if you guys got a good angle on this drill press. I apologize if you don't. It don't take me but a couple seconds to get this lined up, centered, and cut though. So if you guys are out of the shot, I think I'm in the right spot to be in the shot, but think and know are two different things, and I don't have the time to come back over there because I'm running out of time. Not enough. Move this piece of metal down here, get it out of my way, run this bed up right here, centered, we're good. Find the caliper, measure the width. All right, that's close enough. I already know what material I need pretty much. Mark for center. Mark for center. So the cool thing is, when you're working with a circle, all you got to do is make 2 half semicircles, and you can always hit the center point as long as you're pretty close. So it is a pretty quick and dirty method to find center without actually having to measure for center. Now, where it comes to hitting it with a drill press, I don't know. I don't know the best method to do that or not. Line it up. There's a little laser on this thing, but it's not accurate. Or it might be accurate, but I don't know. I think it's slightly off. Maybe I could readjust the laser and make the laser perfect and then do it that way. And that would probably work. But who's got time to mess with a drill press when you got work to do? Let's zoom out so you ain't zooming in on my beard all the time. You'll see the shirts I'll be bringing to Joliet. So we'll go back down here. I've got a ridiculous amount of cleanup to do on my bench, but we will save that for another day. I'm not going to be able to work on Monday, though. I'm going to have to clean my shop. There's no way. It's just too much. Alright, so now we got our hole cut, got our center going. That's how she looks right there. So now what I'm going to do is solder that booger full. And line this up. But first, seems risky. I don't want to do that. Let me think. I'm good with that. Okay, cool. I was just making sure. So, you guys can see what I'm doing next, which is going to be the straccia. It's called a split feed. This is what's called a connector-based split feed. This is what we're working on. Hey, cool, sweet. So, what time is it? I can't finish this. All right, I am very, 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 very close to being done, but I'm not done. So I've got to call it quits for tonight. This is it. I've got some other stuff to do in the morning, but I really appreciate you guys hanging out, but we have ran out of time. Unfortunately, I am not on night shift. I am very much morning shift. So I've got 9 hours till the morning, and we've got to call it a night and get everything shut down and wrapped up. But what I'm going to be doing is running this on this end, running this on this end right here. I'll give you guys a picture of what it's going to look like. 1, 2 of these, be like this, and that will be the finished product. This will screw into one end. This will go about 9 foot down right there, and that'll screw into here, be tied to ground on a boom, and then the rest of the coax is done already. You saw the ends. Not exactly the storybook ending everybody's looking for, but that is what's going to happen. I probably will be able to do most of that on live on Monday, so feel free to hop back in here on Monday and see the rest of it. If not, I'm going to be building something very, very near identical to this, but it's going to be with 7/8 EIAs. So I'll be doing all this stuff super soon, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you checking it out. Thank you for everybody who's in there. If you're still liking the live, if you're still here, feel free to like the live so you see some more of them. If you enjoyed it enough, feel free to follow me or subscribe. Thank you, guys. I am out of here. I've got, like I said, I got a long day tomorrow. I have to make several runs over the weekend, so I doubt I'm going to be going live on the weekend. So it'll probably be Monday and Tuesday that I'll be going live. So appreciate you guys. Catch you guys later. See y'all. See ya. Thanks, guys. If you guys have more questions, feel free to message me or just holler at me anytime. See y'all. Oh, hang on. Let me click this. I got to get fancy real quick. Hang on. Let me do this because it's cool. Look. Where's the ending screen? Just bam. See ya.